All right, welcome class to polynomials. We're supposed to take a polynomial and write it in standard form, but let's just back up a second and talk about what a polynomial is anyway. A polynomial has whole number degree only. And when I say degree, think exponents. So whole number degree or exponents only. So these exponents right here, there's a 1, a 4, a 2, and this actually has an x to the 0 next to it. I know it's not there, but that's because anything to raise to the 0 power is really just a 1. So we've always said since we started doing algebraic ideas is that we could always multiply by 1 and it didn't really change anything. So happy thoughts, invisible 1. And then you're like, what about invisible numbers? That's weird. And then we learn there's imaginary numbers too. It's a whole different ball of wax once we get into algebra. Anyway, the point is standard form just means descending order of powers. And by powers, I mean degree or exponents. Synonymous here. So if you connect those ideas to what they are, degree, powers, exponents, we're looking for descending order of those powers. So starting, so descending least, greatest to least. So we've got here 4 is the highest one. So down in the box, we're just going to write 8x to the 4 plus the next biggest one is a 2. It doesn't have a cubic, and that's okay. We can skip any ones that aren't present, and it'll still be in standard form. X to the second plus, there's an x to the 1 here, so we write x. And then this negative 1/6, I wrote the x to the 0 there. That's really just a 1, so just please don't write that. It's just minus 1/6. I just put it there to help you see that it would be 1 power less than x to the first. This would be the correct answer in standard form. On the second example, we're going to identify that this is a polynomial because there is a constant value, an x to the 5th, and an x squared. All we have to do is put them in standard form. We got some minus signs lingering around here, so we've got to make sure that those go with our terms. So one thing I didn't point out on the last question is that each of these, if I circle the negative 6, is a term. This negative x to the 5th over 2 is a second term, and this negative x squared is a term. There's 3 separate terms here. Our job to put this in standard form is just to put them in descending order of powers. So the first one is the negative x to the 5th over 2 term. And the second one is negative x squared would be that second term. And then finally, minus 6. This is how this polynomial looks in standard form. Just ordering the powers from greatest to least in descending order.